Imagine teaching a robot dog new tricks. You want to know if it's learning and how to improve its performance. This is where evaluation and optimization come in for reinforcement learning, or RL. Just like training a puppy, we need ways to measure progress and adjust our training methods. In RL, we create agents that learn by interacting with an environment. These agents need guidance to learn effectively. Evaluation tells us how well the agent is doing. Optimization helps us improve the agent's learning process. Without evaluation, we wouldn't know if our agent is learning the right things or just randomly pressing buttons. Optimization is like fine-tuning the training process to help the agent learn faster and better. It's like adjusting the difficulty of a video game. Too easy, and the player gets bored. Too hard, and they get frustrated. Evaluation and optimization help us find the sweet spot for our RL agents to learn and thrive. One way to evaluate RL agents is by looking at their cumulative reward. This is the total reward an agent receives over time. Think of it like a score in a video game. For example, imagine a robot learning to navigate a maze. Each time the robot moves closer to the exit, it gets a positive reward. Each time it hits a wall, it gets a negative reward. The goal is to maximize the cumulative reward, reaching the exit as quickly as possible. The higher the cumulative reward, the better the agent is doing. This metric helps us understand if the agent is learning the desired behavior. It also allows us to compare different agents or training methods. By tracking cumulative reward, we can see if our training methods are working. If the reward is increasing over time, it means the agent is learning. If not, we need to adjust our approach. Convergence analysis is like checking if our RL agent is settling on a good solution. We want to see if the agent's performance is stabilizing over time. Think of it like a ball rolling down a hill. At first, the ball bounces around unpredictably, but eventually it settles at the bottom. Similarly, we want our RL agent to converge to a stable policy, a set of actions that consistently lead to good outcomes. We can visualize convergence by plotting the agent's performance over time. If the performance levels off, it suggests that the agent has learned a good policy. If the performance keeps fluctuating wildly, it means the agent is still exploring or struggling to find a good solution. Convergence analysis is crucial because it tells us if our RL agent is actually learning effectively. It also helps us determine when to stop training. If the agent has converged, further training might not yield significant improvements. Section 4. Tuning the learning rate. Finding the right pace. Hyperparameters are like the settings we adjust on a camera to get the perfect picture. One crucial hyperparameter is the learning rate. It controls how quickly the agent learns from new information. Imagine teaching a dog a new trick. If you use harsh corrections, the dog might learn slowly or become afraid. But if you're too lenient, the dog might not take the training seriously. Similarly, the learning rate determines how much the agent adjusts its behavior based on feedback. A high learning rate means the agent makes large updates, which can be faster but also less stable. A low learning rate means smaller updates, which are slower but more precise. Finding the right learning rate is crucial. Too high, and the agent might overshoot the optimal solution. Too low, and the learning process might be painfully slow. Section 5. The discount factor, balancing present and future. Another important hyperparameter is the discount factor. It determines how much the agent values future rewards compared to immediate rewards. Think of it like planning for retirement. Saving money now might not be as immediately gratifying as spending it, but it leads to greater long-term benefits. The discount factor ranges from 0 to 1. A discount factor of 0 means the agent only cares about immediate rewards. A discount factor close to 1 means the agent values future rewards almost as much as immediate ones. The choice of discount factor depends on the problem. In problems with long time horizons, like playing a full game of chess, a higher discount factor is often better. In problems with short time horizons, like navigating a small maze, a lower discount factor might be sufficient. Section 6. Exploration versus exploitation, the decay rate. RL agents face a fundamental dilemma: exploration versus exploitation. Should they stick with actions they know lead to rewards, or should they explore new actions that might lead to even greater rewards? Think of it like choosing a restaurant. You could go to your favorite place every time, exploiting a known good option. Or you could explore new restaurants, risking a bad meal, but potentially discovering a new favorite. The exploration decay rate controls how this dilemma is balanced over time. A high decay rate means the agent explores a lot early on, but gradually exploits more. A low decay rate means the agent explores more consistently throughout the learning process. The decay rate is crucial for finding a good balance between exploration and exploitation. Too much exploration, and the agent might waste time on bad actions. Too little exploration, and the agent might miss out on the best solutions.